What's up? What's up, everybody? All my beautiful people, how you doing? This is going to be our weekly chat for the weekly energy of April. Yeah, April 5th through the 11th. Man, this this energy is got even my mind in a whirl right now. It's been a lot, right? A lot of change, all good stuff. What's up, Genevieve? A lot of good stuff, right? A lot of things bubbling to the surface, growing, we're moving, we're making a lot of really big decisions. All right, we're gonna be have to be actionable and clear on everything that we're feeling. What do I mean by that? So right now, with all this energy coming into Aries, we're literally gonna have 6 planets in Aries this week coming into the new moon at 22 degrees. Now, 22 degrees Aries is where the asteroid Eris is. What's up, Kelly? Asteroid Eris is sort of like Black Moon Lilith's like cousin, right? She's the other side of this sort of hyper feminist, like I am woman, hear me roar, kind of like like Shiva the Destroyer in some ways, but she's like also the purifier, right? She's also the one that set things right, like the vigilante in some of these like DC comics where you can't really tell if they're good or bad per se, but like you gotta choose something. So with her being on top of this new moon and with all this energy in Aries, man, we're ready to leap off a building, but we don't know where we're going yet. So it's like get ready to jump, and then at the very last minute they're saying not yet. Then you come back, and then you're like pumping yourself up, let's go, let's get ready, let's go into this next chapter, and then you start going and start running. Oh, not yet. Oh fuck, you get yourself built up. So that's the kind of energy that it's like a big idea is coming, or a big opportunity is coming, or something is happening that you can feel. It's like, I feel something coming, I know something's going down. But then it's almost like that brings you into like complications, like, oh wait, we got to fix this, and we got to, we got to do more paperwork with this, and this paperwork is going to take a few weeks to file, and then we got to do this other part. You know what I mean? Like all these things that we're going to be getting caught up with, I guess, in like the details. And really, when it comes down to it, it's about us like allowing that to flow, but also to take all those experiences we have outside of us and also look at it from inside. It's like, okay, how am I manifesting these situations? Like, what am I supposed to be learning from it? Am I supposed to be learning patience, right? Am I supposed to be learning compromise? Like, say, you're in a relationship and you're not sure, like, you're like, well, how do I feel about this? Like, I don't know if this is conducive to my life or not conducive, or maybe you've been in a relationship for a long time and you're thinking like, I really need to get this next layer of my life, but I don't know if this is a challenge to walk away, or if this is something that's supposed to bring me towards something. And then, so you might have these like confusing ideas, or not really super clear on where the dots are supposed to connect, but they're going to be connecting in the right time. And this is teaching us, because this energy is very impulsive. We have to watch our impulses. And especially with this new moon coming up, the energy is building up to this new moon, where it's right on top of Eris. And it's like almost like internal frustration, like, fuck, I need to make a decision. But then the universe saying, no, you don't. Hold on a second, right? Like, have a little bit of patience and we're going to figure it out. So this is all of our deepest triggers coming up to the surface, guys, because in order to jump off that cliff into the next chapter, we have to have all these issues and situations accounted for. We have to know the lesson. We have to understand why it's happening, because this next chapter that we're sort of really already in, but there's a process here. It's almost like as we're being pulled forward towards the North Node and we're stepping into that new unknown experience, we're taking stuff with us, but it can't stay with us here. So it's like we're being pulled this way, and then we're being pulled this way to test us, almost like trying to rip us apart, saying no, like that Mexican crab story, right? Like they say, you can have like all these crabs in a bucket and one tries to get out and the rest of them pull them back down. That's kind of like your South Node, right? They're old habits, old experiences, like, coming from trauma in a relationship, or, you know, coming from an obsolete, you know, business model, going into a new opportunity that looks foreign to you. All these things are going to be feeling very uncomfortable because they're hitting the deepest parts of ourselves that have been holding us back. What we have to realize is that, is provided that we stay true to our heart, and, you know, we might have to go into a couple learn lessons, but ultimately, you a crab? All right. Ultimately, you know, I feel that, say, like, we feel like we take a wrong turn, or like a step in like outside the direction of where we think we want to go. We're manifesting things so fast right now that we're going to see it and be like, oh, okay, it's going to trigger us in some kind of way. And it's going to bring back an old feeling, but that old feeling is also going to give us the bridge to connecting to that new dot that we're creating. Okay. I hope this all makes sense. Distractions. Exactly. Because this is just what's coming through intuitively. And it's interesting because as I'm speaking, I'm actually like seeing how it's fitting in my life. Right. And so when you can do that, that's really going to help you to just trust in your higher self, trust in the direction that you're going, trust in all the work that you're doing on yourself. Provided that you're, you know, like this, I think a lot of people now are at that place where it's like doing the work is life. That's the foundation of life. We have to do it, especially right now, or we're going to just let shit, you know, let opportunities and let life just run right by us. There could be an opportunity, but if you're not doing the inner work, you're not aware of the manifestations and the subconscious, you know, aspects that are controlling us. Okay. Then, you know, man, I just totally lost my train of thought. All right. It's okay. I'll go on to this question. How is the twin flame dynamic looking, your opinion, this month? There's definitely twin flame shit going on a lot. It's, you know, but on the same token, I don't want to get caught on that label, because look, I've listened to dozens of different people that have dozens of different ideas of what a twin flame is, right? And so someone that you feel like you're meant to be with, that is a mirror reflection of you, okay, then that is when it's in its absoluteness and the absolutes of our energy, then I believe that is a twin. I suppose I've talked to other people that have said they've had multiple people like that in their lives. So who knows? All I know is that, yes, people are coming together for sure, especially as we're doing the work. There's been a lot of aspects between Venus and Pluto as well. So that means, like, you know, along with everything else going on, everything that's coming in is going to be intense. It's going to be deeply penetrating into our consciousness to make us grow, right? And, you know, if it was happening, just remember, whatever's happening in your life and your experience, you know, if it's coming to you, it's meant to come to you. This is all divine. This is all has all been intended for us, because we have this very important special mission here in this world. So as you're going through your day, as you're going about your business, especially this week, it's going to be very cardinal, very impulsive, very like, we want to get through this shit. It's almost like we can get this destination preoccupation, right? Where, what's up, Emma? What's up, Saffron? Sage? Whenever we come up, you know, across an issue or a problem, we're facing it quicker, we're getting triggered more intensely, but it's also going quicker. And then we're moving through it and we're seeing the lesson very, very quickly. So this is a plus. Am I in a relationship? I am in a relationship, yes. Surrender to the process, absolutely. But, you know, so sometimes surrender, like, what happens when you're in life and suddenly, like, now you got to move and your business is shifting and changing. You might be starting a new business or having to restart all over again in some new process. And you got, you know, relationship shit going on. Like, sometimes the universe won't let you surrender because, or let you consciously surrender anyways. But I think these are the moments that make us the strongest and, you know, make us work through the most. Right. So, I like to say now, sort of, stay in flow, right? Is my partner on the same journey? Yeah, I don't think I could have a partner that wasn't on the same journey. I live my journey, you know what I mean? So you kind of have to have that. in common, or else we'd have nothing in common. but that's the path of a healer, right? So just got 30-day notice. But see, there we go. It's my point exactly, right? People just like, oh shit, you know, they're being uprooted in life. And now how do you navigate that? You don't know until you've already gone through it. You just do the best you can one day at a time. And whatever it is you're going through, though, this is the universe saying, all right, this is the last bit. This is the fucking, this is like, you know, we're going all in here so that we can get rid of this shit, this dense energy that's got to go, and we can go into this higher vibration. And yeah, so this is where we just got to be willing to just try to focus on staying in flow, even though like that, because that's gonna be like a full-time job when you're going through all this stuff. That's exactly why we discover these cool healing modalities and shit. Because I mean, why do you think so many people are waking up and having these things going on? Because in order to stay healthy, in order to stay informed, in order to really navigate the crazy unknown world, you have to get into all this stuff, right? Like it's like the stress is too much without it. You can't just ignore it. There's just no way. And that's why that energy is a Saturn-Pluto conjunction from 2020. All right. And shit's about to get crazier and weirder once we come into oh man, my brain is like farting on me today. Sorry guys. Man, that's gonna drive me crazy. Anyways, this week, all this Aries energy, we're coming into that new moon. That new moon is going to be the time we really feel like we got to jump off, right? Well, that is a jump off. That is really the beginning of this year, right? Time to level up, root chakra shit. Time to find that utopia. If you want your home to be lovely, you got this, girl. Fuck yeah. I love you guys. See, spreading that motivation, inspiration. All right. Nice. Yeah, Mercury is conjunct my ascendant right there with Chiron too. So Mercury coming around to Chiron is going to be like that. That's going to be the connecting the dots, right? We had the sun, we had Venus that was bringing all this stuff up. And now Mercury is coming around to show us. So, you know, this week leading up to the new moon, it's like going to be like epiphany, breakthrough all over the place. And I mean, we have the sun and Venus trine the south node and sextile the north node, and now Mars is past the north node. So this is like, you know, it's like let's go. It's time to move. Now, Black Moon Lilith, like Venus is coming into its conjunction with Black Moon Lilith. Black Moon Lilith has a lot of aspects going on here in the next month. So we're getting rejuvenated. Like this is Kundalini activation. This is like wanting to feel sexy, wanting to be sexy, wanting to be a badass, sexy motherfucker or badass, sexy bitch. You know what I mean? Just letting that freak flag fly and getting out there and be like, fuck you, world. This is me. I don't give a shit what you think. I'm going to do me. Right. So step into that fucking knowing that you're the shit. Right. Of course, in a humble way, you know, don't be all arrogant and shit on me. Come on now. But being confident is very, very important, especially for empaths that we feel so much shit. You know, like most of us struggle with self-esteem issues. It's no good. We don't need to be doing that shit, okay? So allow the sun, allow the spirit to guide you along this process. I have a feeling this weekend coming up is going to be massive. It's going to be a massive, like, awareness point. Massive, like, let's do what we got to do. Maybe like, you know, you're working on a project with somebody else or a couple other people, right? It's like suddenly you all get a great idea and it all aligns and you're like, yeah, okay, let's do this. And, you know, setting it up in a very professional manner. I'm seeing a lot of that going on right now. A lot of people, you know, spiritual communities coming together, a lot of healing techniques, a lot of people getting this new age kind of stuff out there. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, it comes with its, you know, ups and downs and its drawbacks, but that's why we as healers and as empaths have to set the example for really, you know, standing in our truth and power. And look, nobody's perfect. In fact, this energy is going to make you feel far from perfect because all this is new stuff. You're being asked to level up. When you're asked to level up, when you stand in that responsibility, and, you know, like, you're going to have haters, you're going to have people that are going to try to rip you down from that. make there, because you have a certain vibration. You step into that next place, and that next level of fear comes up, and people are going to say things that are going to trigger that fear in you. It's like you get to the next level, you figured you want to be proud of yourself, and it's like, oh fuck, now I got this new level. Now it's like Mario, Super Mario Brothers. Like every level is a harder fucking person, right? But after a while, you just get used to it. You're like, all right, bring it on, man, fucking whatever. And I think that's where the surrender is here a little bit. It's more like, something happens, and instead of getting all bent out of shape and pissed about it, you just like, bring it on, whatever. I know I'm just gonna go through it, and like there's no more trying to control. I don't know, right? So, and with the, we have Jupiter at 24 degrees of Aquarius. He's getting up there. He's getting way up there. In the third decan, that's gonna make the Aquarius stuff like super potent, right? And we have Mars in its trine to Jupiter. This is literally one of the best energies that anyone can have. Actually, right now Mars is coming through its trine with Jupiter and Saturn, and then the moon's over there too this week. This is probably one of the most auspicious weeks, between that and the sun trine and sextile the nodes. One of the most auspicious weeks this year, right? I'm so happy I just saved your life. You're very welcome. Absolutely. I'm just curious, how did I just save your life? Please let me know, because that's a pretty profound statement, right? Let's say yes, Genevieve, that is very true. Activating that Kundalini, it's so much fun to like I study Tantra and Kundalini and like the sexual energy and things like that. It's super important. And it's so fascinating, like, especially like if you have a partner that will, explore that kind of stuff with you. Man, it keeps things alive. It keeps things very exciting. You know what I mean? So, there's a little, get it. So, let's see here. April 5th. Going to have the moon be going through Capricorn, then Aquarius. Coming into Pisces. So a lot of endings. Oh, you guys are fucking awesome. I love it. So as the moon is moving through the last part of the zodiac, we just had the very last personal planet go from the end of the zodiac to the beginning. We had Mars first, then Venus, then of course the sun. Now the moon's always moving around super fast. We don't really count that, but and now we had Mercury. So this is literally like finally all the parts of our consciousness like leveling up, in this new beginning. It went from the outside, integrated it, gets rid of it, and then boom. I've been hurting bad, and you just said the next level brings it on. You get to a point where it doesn't matter, you're going to go with the flow, bring it on. Fuck yeah. There you go, man or woman. Sorry. You're just going to step into it and accept it. But the more awareness you have of it, then, the better you're going to get. Right. Yeah. Julian, let that freak flag fly. I love it. So, guys, if you are going to start something new, this it would be the best week of the entire year to start it, to do it, to make it happen. Even if it's just an idea, or if you want to start a new business, or literally because whatever we're starting, it's going to be a passion project. It's going to make us feel very like almost amateur, because it's giving us what we always wanted. However that looks, right? So we have to learn. It's like all these new energies that we're feeling, they're intimidating. Like, this is what I wanted, but I have to become this person to have what it is that I wanted, right? So that's where all this vulnerability with Chiron, it's reorienting our identity as who we are, asking us at a deeper level, can I do this? Am I worthy? And it's making us face all these different parts of ourselves that maybe we didn't even realize were holding us back because we never accessed it before, right? So allow things to purge, allow things to grow. Like, don't, if you feel like impulsively just really triggered by something, do your best to try to respond and not react. All right. So say you get a conversation, something super triggers you, and you just want to, you know, run out of your skin. You just want to get out of there. You just want to go. Well, maybe walk down the hallway or something, or maybe, I don't know, go have a cigarette, or just go do, well, no, don't have a cigarette. Go hit the gym or something, you know, and then come back to it. Come back to it, and then really emotionally tune into it. Because what's happening is there's an emotion that's coming up that we don't want to feel. It's trauma from the past. It's something going on that needs to go, right? So we have to ultimately sit with that feeling, and it's going to come up again and again and again until, you know, we face it. But situations are going to come up that make us have to feel that feeling. Okay. If we try to run away from it one way, it's going to come another way. So don't run away from shit right now. Now, you know, you want to be smart about it, but no beard. I'm going for a different look. And breath first. Breath always. Breath is life. And so if you want to be able to do that, you know, you need to breathe, right? Thank you, Genevieve. I appreciate you very much. Woohoo! Hell yeah. And literally everybody that I've been talking to lately is going through some kind of change like this, some kind of massive shift, either internally or externally. A lot of it's external. A lot of people are moving. A lot of people are stepping into a new job or trying to get out of a job and they want to get into a new one, or like they've been in a relationship status for a while and some new weird shit's coming in and they're like, what do I do? You know, whatever it is coming in is teaching us a lot. And that's what it's there for. So very educational week about our own identity, about really stepping into this newfound strength in vulnerability that we have. It may not feel like strength at first. It may feel like we're being broken or being crushed, right? Or a rug is being pulled out from under you, right? And that woke up this feeling within us that we had to feel. That's the point. So it's almost like, you know, you have, and this has to do with the Saturn-Uranus square, because Uranus is about the unexpected, the unknown, what the hell is going on, and Saturn is about, you know, our foundation. So Uranus energy is like tower moments. It can be like having the rug pulled out of you. But what happens when that Uranian, essentially Kundalini activation is going on? Because that's basically what Uranus is. It represents Kundalini energy, and that's why it comes in from out of fucking nowhere. And you never know what's going to happen. That's like the millionaire, you know, from like rags to riches kind of story, is like the Uranus energy. But this is hitting everyone in ways that it's time to grow. Uranus wants to grow. Saturn wants to stay the same. So we can get caught in the good job. I'm proud of you. This is where the Saturn and Uranus square is going to be hitting us all year. Because we need to be letting go of these safety pillows, that we have been working with before, and we have to go into the unknown. That's growth and uncomfortable, and sometimes it doesn't always make sense. What is supposed to, which way is going the right way? You know, because fear is fear. At least at the very core vibration it is. And then we make it, you know, into certain different things from our own experiences. So we have to face that fear either way. Might as well, you know, be going in a direction where, here's a good way to look at this. When you have to be in a situation for a little while, right? But when you get into a situation, you take a step back and you observe your life. So say you're in a relationship for a month, right? Take a step back and look at your life and ask yourself, is my life looking better, higher quality than it was before? Or is it not? Is it worse? Did you used to have peace and now you have drama? Where you used to be calm, now you have chaos? Or is it you used to be exhausted and now you have energy? Or, you know, you were sort of a hermit for a while and now you're around a bunch of new people, even if that doesn't, you know, even if that feels uncomfortable sometimes. Like, ask yourself these things, and if it seems honestly and truly like it's going in a direction that's going up, you know, feels good, there's a higher vibration, is getting you the things that you want, even though you may not be comfortable enough to receive them yet. And that'll give you your answer. So observe your life. the best you can, or maybe ask people that you trust, hey, how does my life look? You know, usually like your closest friends or, you know, your family, something, they'll see your patterns and they'll probably try to like, you know, get you out of them, you know, all the time, but you're just like, whatever. And they accept you for it. Right. But now you actually might listen. So those of you stubborn ones out there, listen up. Listen to your mom. She knows best for you. Right. All right. So we got the sun going into the third decan this week. You know, Saturn's going to 12 degrees. So this Jupiter Saturn energy is very, very interesting. I'm not really sure how to even really break it all down. My brain even lately has been a little like randomly I'm forgetting my thoughts, and I've lost my train of thought a couple times here. It's like I'm in a transition process of how I download or how I receive information. And being in that middle space, it's like it's not coming. It's like I'm hearing like, you know, some white snow on the channel, and I'm trying to tune into this new channel, but I haven't quite figured out how to yet. But I find that when I get into like, you know, into just like flow states and just start talking, then it starts to come through, but it's coming through in a very different way. So if any of you guys are having that going on, I think this is part of the process. And I think that we're going to get a real major like push into this new chapter here after the weekend, especially if you're an Aries sun, moon, or rising. Well, especially Aries sun or rising, actually, I should say. Moon, I don't really think, I mean, emotionally, you'll just want to jump off a cliff, but that sometimes that's not a good thing. You know, like jumping off cliffs is never a good idea unless it's, you know, unless it's for fun specifically. You guys know what I mean, right? Okay. So the new moon is at 22 degrees and 24 minutes. And we have Venus there too at 26 degrees. So we still have Venus playing a role. You know, Venus has been hanging out within 2 degrees of the sun for like the last week and a half. So this is like, you know, this is like really speaking to the way that we receive, like sort of cracking us open. It's very potentially uncomfortable ways, right? Venus is, or it could be like we really, really want to like have a certain like level of luxury in our life, or we want certain kind of compassion, or we want to have certain sexual experiences, right? Things like this are really gonna it's really gonna be an intensified, you know, energy. Where am I from? Originally, I'm from Massachusetts. Massive two shits. Yeah, my whole family still lives back there too, but I've traveled all around the world. I was in the military for 10 years, and end up ironically, Las Vegas is the one place that I've always felt at home, which is kind of counter to what you would think, right? So not only do we have the sun and the moon trine and sextile the nodes, we have Saturn trine the north node and sextile the south node. So this is good karma, right? It's this good karma is just flowing to us right now, but we have to meet it halfway, right? Thank you, spirit of the dance. I appreciate that. Yeah, Aries season. So watch out for some big things to be coming up, to be purging here in the next week, and then starting really early next week. It's going to start to feel like it's time to move. It's time to go. Like it's time to make shit happen. It's time to work. It's time to get that summer body. It's time to, you know, like really start living life again. You know, I think that once eclipse season hits, probably mid-May, end of May, beginning of June, that's when shit's going to start to get weird again. That's where they're trying to, like out on the world scale, they're trying to implement these ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I can't even get started on it because it blows my mind that people are even promoting this shit. But I think that stuff is gonna Canada, right? That's awesome, J-Lo. Hell yeah, good for you. Yeah, Canada. I don't think I'll be going to Canada anytime soon, but you know, I appreciate the offer. Man, this is where like, you know, we really got to start standing up and like speaking out and really really standing for what we believe in. That's also what Eris is about, right? It's like the one that's had injustice done to them. That's like that part of ourselves that we feel like it ain't fair. It's not right. Let's do something about it. Let's fix it. So I think this is going to add like a little more fire. I mean, we already have, you know, stellium, 6 freaking planets in Aries. I mean, so this is actually going to be almost like a second layer to when we had that whole stellium in Aquarius season, right? So it's like all these personal planets are congregating in these different areas. Once this stuff starts to transit over Uranus, that's when hey, what's up, Jen? That's when things are going to really start taking on this more Uranian form of constant downloads. We're going to be getting like upgraded and like in sensitivity of energy in our physical body like you don't believe. So that could be physical pains and stuff, but you're doing the work. I'll tell you what, we're going to start speaking telepathically to each other pretty soon. We're not going to need social media. We're going to be talking to each other in our minds. Your spiritual gift is going to skyrocket in the next month here as these planetary bodies move over Uranus. It's gonna be intense, but that's also gonna bring some really weird shit because all this Kundalini sexual energy fucking floating around from all this stuff going. It's like it's gonna start really bringing up even deeper stuff that's going to work out faster and faster and faster. But you know, I think that once Pluto goes retrograde at the end of the month, that's actually going to take some of the pressure off because it's bringing all the deepest, darkest stuff, and it's like, okay, we're going to have to go back around and look at this again. We don't need any more energy. We need to work through this now, right? So, oh boy, spirit shock. That's one hell of a you're like a contraindication for yourself. That's interesting. Will those planets on Uranus force us to release trauma in the body? Most likely, yes. Because Uranus is in Taurus, this is also going to have a deep, well, I mean, if you're trying to avoid it, then, you know, you might be able to suppress it. But look, we're growing. So this isn't something you want to think about like that. This is something that you want to be like, bring it on. Let's move through it. I got to work out harder. I got to stretch more. I got to take care of me more so that I can grow. That's the way you want to look at it, okay? But yeah, this is going to have actually most to do, in my opinion, with our ethics and morals standards, right? Like feeling what's right and wrong in the world, like what we value and what we should be valuing, what just basically like what feels fair and what doesn't, what feels right and what doesn't. And it's gonna, this is essentially going to be having us break through and look at our belief systems that are made out of lack, right? And we're going to be looking at things differently. So as we blast through those belief systems, then we adopt higher vibrational belief systems. And when we adopt those belief systems, now we're vibrating on that new frequency. So that's where, like, it's a frequency that's bringing us up. And it happens on the inside first, and then it shows on the outside, right? With Venus and Mercury and the moon basically going first, that's like looking at the things that we value of, how we receive, what we want a relationship, how we want to be loved, right? What we want sex to be like. What kind of things do we want in our life, in our world? Like lifestyle shit, like even material possessions, how much money we want to make, where do we want to go? And of course, the moon is our emotions, like we're emotionally integrating that energy. And then Mercury is, of course, how we communicate. Do we have to, look at ourselves, the world a certain way, or just Mercury? When Mercury comes around, that's where we get a lot of epiphanies and aha moments, right? So allow this to inspire you to take a step into this, new direction. And really, what's up, Blue Flame Integration? How you doing? This is a time of real new beginnings, and you're going to be having new opportunities, new challenges, new responsibilities, new things coming into your life. And it will behoove you to not turn anything down, but to really go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, right? My moon sign is Aquarius, and really consider how these new offers, new things make you feel. If it makes you feel like, ugh, like tired or want to just like not feeling right, then of course walk away from it. But if it gives you energy, excitement, nervousness, whatever, that, you know, that is something that we have to feel and face. So that is the direction that we want to go, right? Yeah, the Scorpio full moon at the end of April is going to be no joke too. So that's a lot of deep, dark 8th house. But again, all this energy is really, really connected to sexual energy. And, you know, like, so when we don't allow our Kundalini energy to activate, or when it comes up and it hits a trauma or a blockage of some kind, then, you know, sometimes we try to shut that down. We cannot shut that down right now. That is devastating. That's going to just be so painful in every way. So allow this stuff to move through you. All right. I cannot stress that enough. So that's the week we have for this week. It's gonna be a good week, a busy week, an exciting week, an inspiring week, but it could be also be incredibly impulsive, and we do not want to jump off that impulsive cliff. We want to more like makeshift, like one of those flyers, and be, you know, have all the details and like contingency plans and like a full navigation system of where we're getting ready to go before we jump off that cliff. All right. Because Aries wants to just jump now and figure it out later. Trust me, I get it. I'm an Aries rising. Right. Not the greatest idea right now. So it's like there's a series of blessings that are coming into everybody's life. All right. And this is all good karma. And it's going to be, what's up, Vika the Free? All right. Hell yeah. I like that name. What's up, bro? Yeah, you guys get it, right? So if you guys would like to get a reading from me, please go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com. And right now, the opportunity community is where you can get my daily energy reports. And also, if you sign up for the opportunity community, you get 30% off all of my other services. So feel free to go check that out and DM me here on Instagram. If you have any questions, spiritual_bodybuilder is my Instagram. So, you know, let's connect and let's work together, and let's help each other out. If you're in Las Vegas, I do a boot camp HIIT training session Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 8 a.m. If you would like to participate, DM me and I'll send you all the details. All right. So thank you all very, very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I will see all you beautiful people on the next report. Aho.